Hello everyone and welcome to Ritual Matcha and Coffee Bar. If you're thinking of wishing to be a barista, there are a few things that you should know before you embark into this new career. Let me talk about it. Join me inside my coffee bar. So welcome to my coffee bar. As a barista, the first thing that you have to know is that it is not all about making coffee. You see behind me a very organized, very tidy coffee bar. So it involves customer service, inventory management, and handling pressure during rush hours. Number two is that on a daily basis, your espresso shots might be bad. From experience, it is not always that you set your grinder the night before and that it's set to the exactly same perfect shots the next day. So it takes practice to dial in your coffee grinder with your espresso machine for the dose, the grind size, the extraction time, and the yield. So all of these things come with practice. I have had to do it a lot of times, and even though up to now, it is still a learning curve for me. So do not be alarmed by that. Third thing you have to know is that milk steaming is not as easy as it looks. The key to beautiful latte art is how you steam your milk. Obtaining that silky microfoam and pouring that perfect latte art takes time and practice. So it is not something that you learn overnight. It took me a long period of time, and until now, I'm not yet an expert. I still consider myself as a home barista, but with a lot of practice, you will get what those other latte art experts are showing you on YouTube. Speed. You have to be fast and efficient. So it's not enough that you know how to make your coffee, your perfect shots. You also need to be fast. Speed is crucial to a speed bar like an espresso machine here. So what you need to do, you have to take orders, you have to make your coffee, you have to add all the other ingredients, and at the same time engage with the customers. So you have to be multitasking all the time. The key is efficient. You can be fast, but you make a lot of mistakes, like what happened the day before with one of my baristas. So you always have to make sure that you double check the order and you are making the right drinks for your customers. At the same time, you have to take their money. If it's cash, you have to also give the exact change. A lot of things you have to be doing efficiently. The fifth thing you have to know is that cleaning is only half the job. You have to do a lot of other maintenance in your area. You have to make sure that you backflash your machine. You also make sure that you clean the filters. You make sure that your counter is spotless, because cleanliness and hygiene is very important to making those delicious drinks and high quality coffee. Espresso machine treated with love and care. I mentioned backflash. How do you really do a backflash? Well, you need to use a blind basket like this one and make sure that you flash the group head, and then you insert the portafilter there, and every so often you backflash the machine. That means the water is just flowing around the group head, inside the group head, making sure that any leftover coffee, ground coffee, will be flushed out of your machine and ensuring that you have a delicious espresso shot. How often should you do a backflash? Well, as often as you can. Whenever you have a downtime, backflash your espresso machine. Next, customer service matters more than the coffee. Would you agree? Well, first, I have to assume that the barista will know how to make coffee. Customer service is another skill that you have to develop. Customer rapport, building relationship with your customer makes them come back. You might have good coffee, but the service is bad, you won't get your customers back. I have had incidents when I would be making my coffee and my customers would be wanting to speak to me at the same time. Now, I'd say that is absolutely multitasking, and then they would talk about, oh, I do know how to make this coffee. I have exactly the same machine like you and all that. And I have to say, yeah, yes, oh, that's really great. You know, you have to give that impression that you are interested in what they are saying. And with that rapport and good relationship with the customer, you are going to get them back again and again. On to number 7. You think you know it all. You think you know how to make your espresso perfect shots. prepare that perfect coffee with that latte art, but it's not all that you need to know. You also need to understand the coffee beans and also the roast levels. You will get a lot of customers that will be coming into your coffee shop asking about what roast do you have, the origin of your coffee. I'd like something fruity. So all of these coffee beans and also the origin and the roast level impact flavors. So you have to try and understand this. In my case here, I have two different grinders. I have one grinder especially for my medium roast and another one for my dark roast, and I have another grinder for single dose, especially those that come in with their own coffee beans and they say use this coffee beans. Now I'm not going to reprogram my grinder for that particular bean, so I do have a single dose grinder that I can use. So understanding coffee beans and roast levels also very important. You should be able to find a lot of information on YouTube as well as some in my book, The Basic Barista. Number 8, you are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Well, as an example, yesterday there was a lot of people and I was helping making my espresso shots, pulling espresso shots, and all of a sudden I wasn't able to place the portafilter locked into the group head here, and so there was a spillage, water spillage onto me, and you just have to know how to handle those silly mistakes or those accidents or incidents that could happen when you are in your espresso bar. Because everything is happening so fast, you spill the milk, you take in the order and it's incorrect order, you give the customer the wrong drink. So there's a lot of other mistakes that could be possible when you are serving in your cafe, and that's absolutely okay. You can make mistakes, but what's important there is that you learn from your mistakes and you don't repeat the same mistakes. Your body will get tired. It will require a lot of standing time, also a lot of whisking if you're doing matcha, a lot of putting the portafilter in the group head. So it is quite a tiring job, especially if there's not that many baristas that are working at the same time. It's okay. Now what's important here is that you use very comfortable shoes and also possibly comfortable trousers. Finally, the last thing that I would say you should know as a barista is not exactly the last one, but for this video clip, I would say that it is very important that you have a passion for coffee. You are not doing it like a robot, because you're told to do it and you need a job. But if you have the passion for coffee, you are going to give that good vibes to your customers, as well as you are going to enjoy what you're doing. There's nothing better than making coffee for other people. For me, I enjoy making coffee for myself, but it is much better if I serve it for other people and, of course, get paid for it. So there you go, 10 things that you have to know if you're aspiring to be a barista. And the next step to being a barista is owning your own coffee shop, and that is another challenge altogether. Now, I would advise that if you are thinking of embarking into this career, this is a very encouraging job. It is something that you can simply enjoy. There is so much to learn. There's so much to derive joy from making coffee, making the perfect shot, learning everything about coffee, espresso, different brewing method, different coffee beans, different origin, different roast profile. I am going to keep talking here, but what I'm saying to you is go ahead. If you have a dream to be a barista, there is no one stopping you to get that dream into reality. And as always, I will be here to guide you, especially for those that are beginners to barista and also those that are making coffee at home. Well, that's all I would like to share with you today. I hope that this video clip is useful and that you are encouraged from this 10 things that you have to know when you are a barista. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.